Hello there. Welcome to week 10 of my series, 10 weeks of Stirling soaps. This is the final week in this series, and I saved what I hope will be the best for last, Stirling Spice. I am a incredibly dedicated user of Old Spice aftershave. I love it. I've used it since I first started wet shaving in the 70s. And it's my favorite scent, bar none. And this is supposed to be Stirling's closest take on that. I'm getting like the powdery accents and some of the spicy of that's similar to Old Spice, just off the pot, blooming it with a little bit of warm water. But we shall see as we go. I'm using my Semogue 1470 and my 51 the Victor straight. So let's get this show on the road. See what we have here. Wonderful powdery smell, reminiscent of Old Spice, but so far it's not a dead ringer for Old Spice. I tell you, I do like, it's got a, best way I can describe it, it's got a soap smell to it. And to be honest with you, that's another scent. I love that in a shave soap. The Proto Lather is looking really nice. I think that it's going to be a really good lather. I'm using a new little shaving mug that I bought at a local antique store. You know, usually you would put a puck of soap in this and use it like I'm doing this. But, and I may, hey, I think it would be really cool to have some Stirling Spice, a big fat puck of Stirling Spice in that, if, you know, in the future. But, I mean, that soap smell I was talking about, you know, there's a soap that's really popular, the Mitchell's Wool Fat. And Mitchell's, and that's not working. This bowl is too deep, so we're going to go plan number 2. Get me some hot water going. Get my dedicated lather mug, or lather bowl rather. We're going to make the switch. Go in here and start with a proper lather bowl. That was cool to try, but it didn't work out. And I'm not going to sit and struggle with that on the video here or any other time, whether it's video or not. Just not going to struggle with that. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh, the Mitchell's Wool Fat. I'm going to get some more of this Proto Lather out of here. The Mitchell's Wool Fat soap, that's why one of the reasons that I love that soap is it's just got a nice, clean soap scent to it. This, it has some Old Spice scent to it. It's not a dead ringer for it, but you can tell it's like a cousin, maybe. Lather is working out really nice. But it has in the background there a just a natural soapy smell that I really like. As a matter of fact, you know, I was talking about ordering a puck of the Naked and Smooth. This has such a wonderfully clean scent to it that I may just order a puck of this instead. No, this is not to my nose, and my nose is very discriminating when it comes to Old Spice. This is not a dead ringer for Old Spice, but it has elements of it in there. The lather is wonderfully, it's wonderful looking lather. Nice and shiny. Beautiful. Yeah. Feels great on the face. Just feels out of this world great on the face. Alright. Now, this lather is very, very similar to the rose lather, the last scent that I used before this. As far as the cushion on it. I can kind of feel now. It's a very soft feel when you put it on your face. This has been in my drawer for 2 months, for 10 weeks. That's cure time. And I think it made a difference. Wonderfully slick lather. A nice slick lather and a nice sharp scrape is a wonderful combination. Lovely. Lovely. All right. Nose is itching. The scent. I mean, I'll let you know through the week. I'll have a week in review of this soap, just like I did all the others. Uh, right now, to me, it has some of the powdery and spicy notes of Old Spice, but it's lacking, in my opinion, the floral component. So it's not no geranium, none of that. It's not a dead ringer for Old Spice, but what it is a really nice, clean scent. Something that just from an initial shave with it, it reminds me an awful lot. It doesn't smell exactly like it, but it has that clean, fresh scent of like Mitchell's Wool Fat. Just a clean, soapy kind of. And I'm loving that. Uh, that is that's something I wasn't expecting. And it's great. And I don't know if you guys can hear it, but I love the smell. The smell. I love the sound that a sharp blade, especially a straight, makes when it cuts whiskers. And that razor, it's probably the humblest one in my collection. It's the grind was so thin that when I got it, it had a lot of rust on it, and I had to settle for like a brushed finish on the edge because there was not enough steel to get all the pitting off of it. Excuse me, without going through the steel. So it turned into a beautiful shaver, wonderful razor, but and I got a little nick I want to deal with. When I came across my chin, the razor grabbed me there a bit. Anyway, it's because I had the angle wrong. It's not the razor's fault. It was the idiot driving it. But anyway, it's one of my very favorite razors. It shaves a whole lot like my Boker. It has a feel a lot like my Boker. It's just so you can tell that the weight and the balance of the razor are just a little bit less than the Boker. Now, when I say that, you need to understand that the Boker is in a class by itself when it comes to balance and feel of the razors that I have and the razors that I have used. I'm sure there are guys that have this razor or that razor, and they prefer them over the Bokers and whatever. But for me, it's really, really hard to come up against that Boker. It's hard for a razor to come up against that Boker and compare to it. You better be a really nice razor, a really well-made razor to come up against my Boker. That SS St. Louis that I've got. Good luck, because it's just a wonderful, wonderful razor. But this razor comes really close. Of all the razors that I have, this one is the closest as far as the shave goes and the feel to that Boker. Lovely. Lovely razor. Lovely. Wonderfully comfortable shave. That's, I mean, my DEs They're comfortable razors. I'm not saying they're not, but there's something about there's an inherent smoothness just in the, I don't know, the design of a razor straight. There's a cleanness to shaving with a straight razor. Cleanness to the feel. I don't know how to explain it. But I've shaved a lot of ways, a lot of different ways, and I shave with a lot of different types of razors. Lots of different types of DEs, lots of different straights, single edge. There's nothing like shaving with one of these. The feel is just incredible. So, okay. Back to the soap. Yeah, just a very clean, fresh scent. It's not Old Spice. Like I said, it has some of the powdery component and has some of the spicy notes, but very mild. But it lacks any of the floral components of Old Spice, but it makes up for it in just the freshness and cleanness of the smell, the scent, the soapy, clean scent that this soap has is just wonderful. And this initial shave, that right there puts it on my list. I'll be buying a puck of that. Just because, and my face is so utterly smooth. That's one of the best shaves I've ever gotten in my entire life. Right there. Just incredibly smooth. So yeah, that's the shave. We're gonna go with my favorite. Yeah, see that the floral component, and there's not quite as much of a spicy note to your Stirling Spice. Lovely, but they work well together. Basically, and to be honest, with this soap, anything would work with this soap. Anything at all would work with this, because it's got such a, it's a wonderful scent, but it's mild. But it's got such a clean scent to it that anything would work with this. Any kind of aftershave you could think of, any kind of cologne, they'd all go with it. Just a wonderful shave. Well, thank you for watching 10 weeks of Stirling soaps. I've got one more edition, and that's the weekend review. Will be coming up at the end of this week, and I'll give you my impressions of the Stirling Spice, the week's worth of shaves that I have with it. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. Don't know what I'm going to be doing after this, but I'm sure I will find something of interest. Please continue. Thank you, those that have subscribed to me. Please continue to watch me and comment and all of that. And I will see you on the shaving forums and the social media. God bless. And later.